Hi, my name is Lucy, aka Lucifer, and I'm a formerly obese girl turned bodybuilder, and welcome to my very first YouTube video. Be sure to subscribe now so you can claim OG status and say that you've been here since the very beginning. Over the years, I've had so many thoughts and experiences, and since I have walked the walk, I think it's about time I started yapping. For today, I want to talk a bit about what got me into bodybuilding and the things that made me fall in love with it pretty much immediately.
Just do it!
I was at a point where I knew I had to change my lifestyle for real that time, and I did what anyone would do. I went to seek out the wise counsel of YouTube, and that led me to find a couple of documentaries about bodybuilding, specifically female bodybuilding. And up to that point, I thought you just had to be born a bodybuilder, or you had to be a professional athlete since childhood, or really extreme into fitness since you were very young, or something like that. In my mind, it wasn't something that you could just go and pick up as a hobby. It wasn't something where I thought, oh, anyone can do this. But watching these documentaries, I learned that anyone, to a pretty stunning degree, can perfectly well control what they look like, and that this is something anyone can do and get into. My mind was absolutely blown. I knew right then and there I want to be a bodybuilder. I'm going to be a bodybuilder. And I used to be under the belief that size, body composition, weight was this ambiguous science that we didn't fully understand, and that it wasn't something that 99% of people could control with their own power. And rarely in my life have I been so incredibly happy to be so wrong. The whole thing sent me then down a rabbit hole, and I was absolutely mesmerized. I was fascinated, and it really was love at first sight. I was like, that is going to be me. I'm going to dedicate my life to this. Another thing that made me love bodybuilding is obsession and competition. So I always used to get a bit too much maybe into the things I'm passionate about, be that cosplay or video games or trading card games. Always been very competitive and very into things, if I do get into things. And with bodybuilding, obsession is a good thing almost. It's a very productive thing. You kind of need to have that obsession and that extreme being on it and constantly being with it to be good at bodybuilding. Like, you kind of need to be obsessed. And it's very competitive, obviously. Like, you're constant. I mean, the goal is to compare your physique to others on stage, and there can only be one winner. And everything about that just made it feel. I mean, this is me personally, but to me personally, that felt so welcoming. I was like, wow, this is an environment that I love. Like, this hyper competitive, extremely focused, obsessive. Yeah, I personally, I love that. Yeah.
Do you want to play a game?
Okay, the next thing why I like bodybuilding so much is the magical way that bodybuilding is actually like playing a video game. Have you ever sat in an RPG or a fighting game and you spent way too much time designing your character and made sure that all the body parts are exactly the way you want? Well, I'm here to tell you, you can do that in real life and live as that character. You can upgrade your skills and abilities and keep them and live with them. All through the power of science.
Yes, science!
And progressive overload. The first time I saw and I felt and I measured the results that I got with the training I wrote myself, with the diet I made myself, it felt like I had unlocked actual magic. I had already gained some strength and I actually hit the exact weight that I calculated on the exact day that I foresaw that I would hit it. And if I felt like I have cracked the code now. The code being very basic principles of progressive overload and watching some very old Athlean X videos, among other things. But I want to tell you, the person watching this right now, that you can do that too. You have that power as well. And writing my program felt like I was mapping out a built-in path of exile to execute, or maybe preparing for a raid. Although not so much a raid. I think the path of exile analogy is more accurate if you play that. Or maybe the Sphero board in Final Fantasy. I'm showing my age. Anyway, the increased carrying ability goes really hard if you don't drive, so this is one of my favorite perks I have unlocked through bodybuilding. What I also love about bodybuilding is that there is no special talent or skill required. Other sports you might need to be good at skills, like if you play basketball, you actually have to be good at basketball or table tennis, I don't know. But bodybuilding is literally all in your head. It's mind over matter. As long as you stick to the plan, you train right, you eat your food, you will progress. It's inevitable. It's a physical display of willpower, determination, and discipline. It's basically personified virtues. And I was so impressed with the women that I was watching in those documentaries. I wanted to be like them. And I came to the conclusion that apparently, if everything they're saying is correct, which it is, then all that's standing between me and being like them is deciding that I am going to be like them. And I'm going to display the same behaviors, and I'm going to be disciplined and give myself something to be proud of. So, purpose. As a bodybuilder, you can always be better. You always have something to strive for. You always have a goal. And every single day is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get closer to that goal. I always thought that out of those movies, like Karate Kid, or movies that have training montages, usually the training montage is the coolest part of the movie. That's the hell yeah moment. And with bodybuilding, you get to live in the training montage. Like, that gets to be your life, which is really cool. It's such a fun and exciting way to live your life. And yeah, it's basically like a video game with infinite levels, and the gameplay is cool. Last but not least, the sense of pride and accomplishment that bodybuilding is providing you with. You are constantly overcoming, you are constantly winning. You didn't feel like going to cardio, but you went anyway, winning. You felt like ordering burger pies, but you stuck to your meal plan, also winning. Bodybuilding gives you a reason to feel good about yourself. Every day is an opportunity. It's kind of like living in a shonen anime, power creep included. I could talk all day about why I love this sport and why bodybuilding is so cool and whatnot, but I think for now this little rant will do. Obviously there will be more on the horizon. Let me know in the comments, what are the reasons why you like bodybuilding? Is there anything in particular you would like to see or hear from me? I am open to suggestions. And yeah, for now, I bid you farewell and hope to see you soon. The sense of pride and accomplishment. Bodybuilding is a physical display. Bodybuilding is a... God damn it! Okay, come on.